This is your final project, and I just wanted to give you a Jing crit. My Jing isn't working, I'm sorry. So I'm doing it this way, and hopefully we can talk a little bit about your work. The final project was supposed to be a combination of two venues, all right? And what was listed was an environment, which is what I think you're doing here. You're doing an outdoor scene and environment. Um, and you're supposed to choose another one, a nature scene, hands. Let's see what else was on the list. Drapery, I think, was another one. Well, there were several, and they were all listed at the beginning of the assignment. I'm not seeing them here, I guess is what I'm trying to say to you. Difficulty is I'm just seeing one thing. I'm seeing an environment, an outdoor scene. It looks like a building. Here's some steps going up. The building, I see something kind of nice happening here with the linear perspective at the top. You're going to a two-point perspective. But to make that work, this is going to have to, on this side, this is going to have to go up this way too. Then you would have a corner. And I assume these are all buildings that are at different angles. Um, at least that's the way it looks to me. Anyway, I'm also looking for some other things out here that I'm not seeing on that. And if you'd like to, kind of add them and do it, that would be great. I know that you guys are anxious to kind of finish up, but it's just a little bit of extra work, and it may be worth it in the long run because you're doing a little more work yourself and you're learning more. Okay. So anyway, that's my major problem. Perspective isn't quite right. Now, what you're doing with the shading is good in the sense that I see a lot more tones. I'm not seeing a light source, so I'm having a little trouble here. This is dark, but it's going that way, which would tell me that this is a dark side. That should be dark and then that should be dark, I think. But these windows, I guess, or whatever floors maybe, it's just confusing for me. And the stairs probably are starting to go up like they should. And these railings that go around or the sides of this little platform that you walk up on for, and I assume that's the entrance. If this were the entrance to the building and doors, then these blocks are going to get smaller and smaller and smaller as they go back. A lot of little problems here that I'm seeing. I think certainly a perspective class is going to help you a lot, but I think you're going to learn if you kind of go back through all these assignments, start back with maybe the shading on those very first ones, go back to that sphere if you would, and start looking at the way the shading and the light sources and how important they are to making things work, okay? Um, Look forward to reading your comment on this, your artist statement. That's another important thing, and I know you're putting everything you got into it, so I'm sure it'll be good. Thanks so much for this, and keep trying and keep drawing. That's what makes it. You just have to keep practicing.